What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy at it again, bringing you guys another chapter review of chapter 88 of The Beginning After the End. So if you guys haven't seen the reaction, please tune in onto Patreon. That's where I went live on Twitch, and then I'll be posting it on Patreon. If you didn't catch the reaction, catch it there. All my reactions for Beginning After the End and Solo Leveling will be exclusively all on Patreon until further notice, until I figure out things with YouTube. But for the time being, it's going to be there. So if you guys want to catch the reactions, because this week was a good one, you guys should tune into Patreon. It was a fun chapter. It was a great chapter. And if you guys are not able to, and you guys are not already part of the Discord, at least join the Discord, and then you guys will be notified when I'll be going live every week when I actually stream content and Begin After Then and Solo Leveling, or any other exclusive content. So just keep that in mind. And also, a few of you guys are asking questions about my schedule and about Beginning After the End. So my reactions and reviews will be posted on Fridays. I'll do the reaction first, then the review, and then on Saturday, that's when I'll do the light novel. And remember, the reactions are going to Patreon, the review is going to YouTube, the light novel is going to be on YouTube as well too. So Friday, Saturday, and I might just squeeze in the analysis in the light novel video because that might be a little bit easier. If you guys prefer that, or if you guys want a specific analysis video, let me know in the comment section below too. Feel free to leave your opinions down there. And remember, no spoilers as well for for all the light novel readers out there. Don't be spoiling anything. Let's just, be respectful for other people that are not light novel readers. So with that all out the way, let's try to reach 100 likes for this video. That should be the benchmark, but that ain't the limit, bro. We're way too strong, so let's just get that done. Let's get it done. In 24 hours, can we do it? Can we do it? 100 likes, 24 hours, let's get it done. And also remember, smash that sub button, join the family. I make content like this all the time, so you always get that daily dose of heat. And remember, for Beginning After the End, this will be the best place to get doses of heat, bro. I ain't gonna stop. This is gonna be a fun time to be on this channel if you enjoy the series. So with that all out the way, let's get straight into the review. Alright, so the beginning of the chapter, we started with Tessia talking with the other student council members, and this is all before the interaction that Art is in right now from the last chapter. This is right after the ceremony ended, I believe. So right now Tessia is like wondering, like, yo, like I couldn't see Art at all. And that's cool that we found that out too, that Tessia didn't notice Art in the ceremony, because I figured that she didn't at all, because it would have been kind of cool if she did see Art, and then within seeing Art, her trying to be like stone cold, calm, composed student council president, and she sees Art corner of her eye, and then she starts blushing. That would be so comedic, but it would have been bad for her character or her image that she's trying to portray for the other people within the school. So yes, it could be funny, but at the same time, I understand why it went that way. But now it makes me feel like we're about to get straight into them actually meeting up face to face, word for word, eye to eye, them talking. The chapter is called A Lovely Reunion, so it's gonna be good. So right after she's discussing, like, was Art even at the ceremony? Well, did he skip the ceremony? She's like wondering because she didn't see him at all. And side note too, Good Sky saw Art quick, fast, in a hurry. It was like super quick, and maybe shows like different power levels. I don't know, because I feel like Good Sky kind of sensed Art's aura, or maybe used some kind of wind magic to find out where he is, and that's why she winked at him so fast. But that's just a side note. I just like the differences that she saw Art super quick, and then Tessia didn't see Art at all. So it kind of shows us that she has a long way to go being Good Sky's disciple and all. Even though Tessia is, gifted, there's a long way to go for her to level up. So it's kind of cool to see that little thing, but I just wanted to bring it up now. So yeah, right now, after Tessia was wondering if Art was in the ceremony, she's daydreaming right now, thinking about, how can I, react with Art? Should I play it cool? Should I be like calm, friendly, or like serious? Like, she's discussing how she should interact with him for the first time. Shows that she really cares about seeing Art, and she cares about like their, I wouldn't say first impression, but first impression from so long ago. Yo, I like that. We always knew Tessia really loves Art, but it's always cool to get that confirmed within the series. Her like thinking about how they're going to react. So that was really nice. So we saw differences about her playing it cool, what that would look like her playing it friendly, and then another difference where Art will find Tessia first, which that would be kind of cool if that actually happened. Like caught Tessia off guard, and he was like, "Oh, hey Tess, yo, that would be pretty dope because she'll be on the spot. She can't control the situation because it's just happened. So that would be kind of cool, but that's not the case obviously because Tessia just saw Art in this interaction. So we're going to see what happened. And literally, while she was daydreaming, Clive interrupted another member of the student council, asking if she felt unwell, you know, because like she's like daydreaming right now. And she was like, no, everything's fine, I'm great. And then right when she said that to Clive, her eye goes to the side, and then we flip back to Art and the interaction with the human. So she noticed that. No one told her about it. She noticed Art, and that's the first time I believe that she saw Art within, you know, Cyrus Academy. So when Tessia notices Art and the human, Clive talks about the human Nicholas is a second year, and he's one of the more promising students. But he doesn't know who that red-haired kid is, which is Art. And he was like saying we don't know what royal family he came from. He most likely will be a commoner. But Tessia is not even probably hearing that because she's like thinking like Art's finally here. Like this is great. And then that moment when he says he must be a commoner, we see Lydia because Lydia's with them, and then she notices Art, and she's like, Art? But she doesn't say anything. She just notices it. And while she notices it, the human is like trying to square up with Art because the human didn't notice the student council president right now, so he's trying to get his swords out, and, you know, try to fuck up Art. And right when Tessia and Lydia saw that, they both thought in the same thought bubble that Art is going to kill this dude. Like, it's hella funny. Like, if they would fight right now, Art would literally, like, murder this man. And it's cool because Tessia and Lydia don't know their own specific relationship with Arthur. I don't think it was stated yet in the series that they actually found out that, oh, you know Art? Oh yeah, he was living with me. Or like, oh, you know Art? Oh yeah, he stayed in my house when I was a little kid. Like, they never had that talk. So it's cool that they're thinking the same thing, but they have no idea that they have a connection with this kid. And it's crazy because it's such a small world, and I just love that moment. It was great. It was great. So right after Nicholas was about to square up, he tells Art like, do you dare? And then we hear the text again saying, do you dare? And then it's our girl Tessia coming through, and then basically talking about, you know, Clive, like, not Clive, Nicholas doesn't know what to do. He's like, student council president, oh my god, like, yo, this is a misunderstanding. Arthur was trying to interrupt me when I had a segregated duel with the dwarf. And then, but Tess ain't buying it. She's looking super serious, but he's still saying this is a misunderstanding. And in the midst of all this stuff, Art just says, hey Tess, and then right when he says that, Lydia just comes out of nowhere and says, Arthur, what happened? And like, you know, Tess is like on the side, and then like Tess is like, what's going on? And then she was like, oh, you know this kid? And then Lydia says like, yeah, he's been living with me, my father and his father will work for years, and he's been living at my establishment. And cheeky Art, like literally after she says that, Art just says, yeah, we've been living together for a while. With the cheeky ass smile, bro. Like, I want to put in the video, like, this dude is playing with us, man. And I know, like, most people might think that, yes, Art is trying to make Tess jealous. But at the same time, I don't think so. Because most MCs, they're kind of oblivious to the fact that someone has feelings, or, like, oblivious to the things that they say holds more meaning. Because right after Art said that, Lydia was like, no, that's kind of misleading the way he said it. And then Art was like, what? Am I wrong? So he's not wrong. Like, he's thinking about, yeah, like, we've been living together for a while. But I don't think it's clicking in his head that, yo, Tessia is probably going over her head, like, thinking, like, what the hell? Are you guys together? Are you guys are friends? Like, what is going on? Do you guys have a relationship? He's probably not thinking that deep because he's not a girl. And he's, you know, an MC. So I think that's the case. I could be wrong. It could be he's just trying to make her jealous. But I don't think there's no, like, you know, reason for that to happen so far so soon, because they're meeting each other. So it'd be kind of weird if that's the case, but that's just how I feel. I thought it was really nice because, like, within Art and Lydia saying this is Tess, we see like question mark, and then when she gets more information, it's like more question marks. She's like, oh, like she doesn't even know what's going on or what to think. It was so comical, like, bro, it was a great moment. So after that little, you know, discussion about where Art was living, we skip back to Clive asking Nicholas, what's the matter of this? What's the meaning of this? And then Nicholas says, I just brought out my weapons because I wanted to scare him. I wasn't going to hurt him. And Clive was like, okay, well, if that was the case, we'll just let you offer the warrant. And then right when he was about to say that, Tessia steps up and saying, even if you bring them out as a weapon, like on me, then you'll get like expelled. And if that would have touched a hair on my head, then you'll have a lot more matters to worry about. And she's basically not backing down because Clive was just going to let him off with a warning. But you know, Tessia knows that, yo, this is art. Like, this is my man's. Don't bring a weapon out on him. But so she was like basically saying, if you do this, like it's not going to be looking good for you. So do you dare? And then he's like freaking out. And then he owns up to it, is like saying, yep, it's my fault. I'm so sorry. Like I did this out of anger, which is good. He knows his limits, like per se, he knows his limits. So it's good that he didn't go too far and got himself, you know, hospitalized. So it was great to see, and it was awesome to see the aura that like Tessia was giving off when she was talking to Nicholas. It was so nice. It was so nice just seeing it. I felt it oozing out of the panels, bro. Like she was looking scary. We haven't seen that side of Tessia yet, bro. So I can't wait to see the stuff that she learned under Good Sky and how far she went along with like, you know, leveling up. I can't wait. I can't wait. So yeah, after she dealt with things with Nicholas, she turns to Art and basically says like, yo, Grandpa Veron told me that you're trying to keep a low profile. What will happen if you actually beat up a senior? And then Art feels some type of way about it. And he basically says like, yo, so you're just going to assume what my intentions were after watching the last 5 minutes of this like this Scrabble or whatever. So you know, Art's feeling some type of way, but Tess wasn't backing down. She basically says like, it doesn't matter. Don't you know the repercussions of if this actually escalated? And then Art is getting really pissed off because he basically says like, if I didn't interrupt, Nicholas would have really injured the dwarf, and then you would have had a lot more on your plate as a student council president if I didn't intervene. Like, because he was planning to break that dude's arm. And then Art is just like, he's annoyed. And then Elijah is like holding Sylvie down because Sylvie's like trying to say hi to Mama and stuff. But within that little interaction, he basically tells Art like, hey, just relax. I mean, she's not in the wrong. And then like says, let's just go back. And then Art, he like moves his arm away and just walks off and ignores Elijah. And he was like about to just leave. And then like Lilia comes to Elijah saying, oh, let's let him be and everything. And then right after Art was trying to leave, Clive, this dude out of nowhere, grabs his shoulder and was like, yo, were you raised in a barn or something? You can't talk to someone like this way. You can't talk to someone this stature, the student council president like this. And Art's like, oh my God, I'm so tired of people grabbing me in this area. And then literally like, we see him like shift his arm. Like he literally like shoulder checked him. And this dude, Clive, starts flying in the air. Like literally feet in the air, everything just flying. Like, and Art just shoulder checked him and launched him that high. That was kind of crazy. So like he was flying and then he lands straight on his tailbone like boom, like yo, so like that shit, he shouldn't be getting up anytime soon, but yo, he gets up and then like even Tessia was like saying like, Clive, stop, don't touch him, this and that. And like they're all freaking out and then, you know, he got what was coming to him. He's just on the floor, chillaxing now. And at that moment we see Art, he's still turned away from Tessia and Elijah, and we see Elijah holding Sylvie, and Sylvie's still trying to reach out to Tessia, and Tessia has her hand out, and then she like pulls it back because she see Art still walking away, leaving. And she was like she came to say hi to like Sylvie or him because like they're pissed off. And they're just walking away, like Art's just, you know, fuming off. And from what I got from that interaction, I figured that made sense. It made really cool sense. And it was awesome that we got to see somewhat of development with Arthur and Tessia. Because if this was the case, say someone else did this and it wasn't Tessia that said this to Arthur, he probably wouldn't give two flying fucks about it. He'd probably be like, yo, well, I mean, I don't really care. Like, that's your opinion. Why would I care? But like, since it's Tess thoughts and opinions probably hold more weight to Arthur compared to any other person. So for her to feel that, you know, Art might do something wrong, it probably rubbed him the wrong way and felt like, yo, like Tess, you should know better. You should know me better like than this. Like, come on, you really think I would do that? So he probably felt hurt from, you know, getting that kind of interaction the first time seeing her again. And he was just coming in just trying to say hi and everything. So it kind of sucks, but it kind of shows that if Art really didn't care about Tessia, which we know he did, but I think to a certain level, because I feel like he has romantic feelings for Tessia, but he probably doesn't know about it yet. But it's cool that he feels some type of way, because we have to remember he's an adult. He should handle this situation hella easy. Like, this is small, like child's play, like stuff. Like, you know how she's gonna like react. You know what, she's a student council president. You should analyze like what's going on before you like feel that emotional. And he was super emotional. So yeah, he just walks off and then they go back to the dorms. And then we see Tessia banging her head on the wall saying like, yo, like, I fucked up. It's all over now. Like, I lost art. And she's just contemplating, like, was it my fault? Was I too serious? Like, what's going on? Like, oh my God. And then she was like, I should have handled this a lot differently. If I wasn't the student council president, if Good Sky didn't make me one, I could have, like, had a normal encounter with Arthur and not have to worry about being this figure along with trying to meet, you know, my love. So it was something that she was trying to deal with. And also she brings up at the end that, yo, like, he's been living with Lilia this whole time. Like, what relationship do they have? Like, she's like screaming in her pillow. And then out of nowhere, Clive comes in, like knocks on the door saying, hey, student council president, like, you okay? Like, you look kind of, you know, unwell after, you know, the discussion with like Arthur and stuff. And then she was like, come on, you, like, I'm completely fine. You should worry about yourself because you fell on your tailbone. He was like, yeah. And then this dude's still like on it. He was like saying like, yo, like, still like, the way he was like talking to you, do you know him? Like, what is he to you? Like, yo, like, should I tell like Good Sky that he's talking to you this way? Like, straight simp shit, bro. Like, this dude's a simp, and we could tell he likes Tessia. It's just too simpy for my taste. It's like way too much. But yeah, Tessia just brushes him off, saying like, yo, Clive, it's over. Like, stop talking about it. Like, leave it alone. It's fine. She doesn't want Art to get in trouble, but still, like, Clive, you need to relax. And then we transition to Art, you know, to thinking about like, yo, did I do something wrong? Was it my fault? And we actually, this is awesome to see because him and Tessia are thinking the same things, but just in different perspectives. They both think they could have done something wrong. It's not that Art is thinking, yo, why did Tessia do this? This is our first time. Why did she mess up? He's actually taking accountability and being like, yo, like, come on, like, was it really what I said, or was it because Tessia said it? And that was really good to hear because he even said, am I acting this way because it came out of Tessia's mouth? And he's contemplating about that. And then after he does, he's like, whatever, it's whatever, what's done is done. And I think that shows that, yes, it alludes to that it's because Tessia said those words. And if anyone else would have said those words, it wouldn't have held as much weight as it did from Tessia saying those words to him, because he really cares about Tessia and about her opinion of, you know, Art. So it was great to see that. And right after that, you know, they talk about like what was in the dorms, like the Cyrus Academy is super big, and they're unpacking, and then they hear a knock on the door, and then after the knock, they're like, oh, what's going on? And then we see Good Sky just came out of nowhere. She's like, hey, Art. And Art's like, whoa, Good Sky. So yeah, that was the end of the chapter. So far, oh my God, this was a fun chapter. Not a lot of crazy heat, but we actually got the interaction. Tessia and Art, it was literally what I expected. I expected that Tessia was gonna, not to the extent that it was, because Tessia did play the student council president role, but at the same time, she is still playing the role like, I know who you are, Art. I know that you're capable of killing these students. So is it really her in the wrong? And if I had to choose who was in the wrong more, I have to say Art's in the wrong more. This dude still is an adult. He should analyze the situation more, and he shouldn't have got so flustered and, like, you know, heated at Tessia. Because if he really thinks about it, Tessia knows Art. Like, she knows that you're capable of doing this. Yes, she only saw 5 seconds of it, but still. Yes, she could have delivered it a different way, but she could still have worry and caution because she's still the student council president. That's a lot on her plate to worry about. And to see that Art is thinking, yo, this could be a possibility. It's not like he was just saying, she was like saying, oh, I know you were doing this. She was just like saying, this is the repercussions. You know what will happen. Just to make sure, because like Art's a monster. Like, Art is a weapon. And like she was like saying like, yeah, even though like Art didn't have any weapons in his hands, was I too heavy on him? But no, at the same time, Art is a weapon himself. So it was cool to get that different perspective from Tessia's eye, because a lot of people from surface level would be like, wow, Tessia, come on, like, this is Art. Like, why are you talking to it this way? But she's analyzing the situation, and she handled it pretty well. I mean, I wouldn't say she should have done anything different. She could have been a lot strict and a lot worse than what I expected, but so far it's good. I'm excited to read the light novel chapter corresponding to this one and see the differences within the video. So if you guys enjoyed this review, please smash that like button. 100 likes, that's the benchmark, but that ain't the limit. Let's get it done. Let's blow it out the water. And remember, I'll be reacting to the light novel chapter tomorrow. So if you guys want to check that out, tune in because it'll be posted tomorrow. So with that all out the way, I hope you guys all have a good day or night wherever you guys are from. And remember, don't stop leveling up. Savvy Nut signing out.